I think we're young enough to remember that story from childhood, and you know it. Mirror, mirror uh, on the cam. That's what happens now because we're in Zoom land, right? And most people say, "Ugh, I don't like the way I look. My nose is too wide. Oh, my hair's not. My eyebrows." Deal with it. Get over it and move on. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Mirror, mirror on the cam. I know that most people don't go to the mirror anymore. They use the cell phone as their camera. Now, how do we use this to our advantage here in Toastmasters? It's very simple. We want to remember something that's not originally mine, but we know it by now because we're in Toastmasters. 55% of our message comes from, yes, body language and facial expression and gestures. And many people don't have an awareness of what they look like. I actually have a friend where she said, "Is there anything I should fix?" And everybody smiled. And we said, "Yes." And then she said, "What is it?" And we said, "You know, you scratched your ear 11 times during your 5 to 7 minute speech." And then she said, "I don't do that." And we all went, "Oh, yes, you do. And yes, you did." So it's a good idea for everybody to record themselves or watch the recording so all of us can be aware of habits that we weren't realizing. That's 55%. And remember, I know some of us are anxious occasionally, Monday meetings with the boss, and then we deliver a report. "Good morning. I'm absolutely delighted to let you know that we hit our sales target. Boss, I think we all deserve a raise." What's with the face? It didn't match the message. So fix your face, 55%. 38% comes from the voice tone. Years ago and today, it's called podcast. Years ago, it was called radio. So if you see this on the screen, that is my show. It's teleradio. It's on television and it's on radio. You notice what you want to learn is to deliver a voice tone that makes them imagine what your face looks like when you're talking to them. That leaves you what? Do the math for all the effort of being taught. Write, 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 edit, 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 practice, 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 and deliver. But words only count for 7% of the message. For all that effort? Yeah, that's the painful truth. So it's good to know your words because if you mess up those 7%, you're dead, right? But then again, if you deliver the right facial expression, at least if you have a happy report, you kind of show it. Now, memorize 55% body language, 38% voice tone, not so much vocal variety, voice tone, 38%, and 7% words. Moving forward, let me ask each of you and all of you, if I were to ask you, talk to yourself. Am I visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? Stop and think. When you're talking to someone or you're watching someone, are you visual? Do you watch what's going on? Meaning, you don't believe what they say if it doesn't show on their face, especially for us, for talk show hosts and broadcasters, we have to be credible. Then again, there are some who are auditory. These are people like in telemarketing, call centers. They have to have the perfect voice tone for the message. Are you one of those? Are you happy talking on the phone? Or do you love audiobooks? Or are you kinesthetic? Do you love being with people? Do you enjoy in person? You want to know that because in relationships, That is just so important. Myself being guilty, I always say, look at me when you're talking to me, you're not paying attention. And my sweetheart would say, I heard ya. I'm like, sad face. So I want you all to think about that. So more than thinking, you go into action mode. How do you raise your self-awareness? My simple tip from Miss B over here of Show and Tell is simple. Record yourself on your cell phone, not necessarily for a speech, for anything. Like maybe when you're arguing with your sweetheart, look at your face for everybody. I want to remind you, no matter how angry you are, or no matter how terrible the other side is, no one is worth getting wrinkles for. But you want to learn the art of being upset, which I do on cam. On my show, if someone's like, duh, I just look and say, oh my gosh, that's so upsetting. I don't agree, but I respect your opinion. Instead of saying, no, that's not true, like ugly, ugly. There, record yourself. Watch yourself on video without the sound. Ah, so that's the message, your face. And then turn off the video and listen to yourself. Now you know why people say, don't talk to me that way. Makes sense now. Video without sound, audio without looking at yourself. Remember, mirror, mirror on the cam. My little gift to you, spread the word. It helps. I hope it works for you as it does for me. Mirror, mirror on the cam. Sending you love from Manila. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yay, absolutely. Yay. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Vivien, for that very good speech.